Hey there, welcome back to another Middle School Money Matters video. Today's video is going to introduce you to the wonderful world of bank statements. Let me just see if I can get rid of these TikTok filters. Nope, that's not it. Bank statements, not raccoons. Whoa, that's a weird one. Perfect, back to normal. Here we go, bank statements.
Any account you have with a bank will provide you with a statement for a specific time interval. For bank accounts and credit card accounts, it's usually monthly. For something like investments, it might be once every 3 months. And for a mortgage account, it might be annually. Now these days, to save paper and for convenience, most people choose to get their bank statements online as part of their online banking profile. And with online banking, the way that people are using bank statements nowadays is changing. But it can still be a useful exercise to go through your bank statement to kind of see where your money's being spent, and it's great to give you a little bit of insight when you're starting the process of budgeting. Recently I was going through a box of some of my old stuff and I came across a bank book. This is what we used to have when I was a kid. This one's from when I was a teenager, and inside it has all the transactions and everything that I would have done, and I would have had it updated either at the bank or at the bank machine. And it was a new thing at the time to be able to update these in a bank machine. Let's take a look at what we have inside.
So here's a look at my bank book from CIBC. Take a look at it. It's back from 1994. There's the date right there, 94. And you can see this is a transaction code that tells you what type of transaction it was. Here's what I was doing. These are all withdrawals. I had a deposit right there for $400. There's my balance column. There's a little bit of interest that I earned. You can see here there's an Interac transaction fee. That's from using a bank machine that wasn't my own. And most of the time I was just taking out $20 at a time to use. But it doesn't give you a ton of information. Let's take a look at a new type of bank statement and see how much more information you get.
So let's take a look at what a typical Canadian bank statement would look like from our fictitious bank, the First Bank of British Columbia. So here's some of the information you might see on a new bank statement. First, we see the name of the bank and the name of the account holder, Joe Sample. On the right-hand side, we see that it's for a checking account, and there's one page. Below that, we see the statement period, which is the dates that the statement covers. This one goes between the 22nd of October, 2019 to the 21st of November. And then we have the account number. Below that is the main part of the statement, which shows all the transactions in and out of the account during that month. Anything that is a withdrawal from the account, which means it is taking money out of the account, is listed in the column labeled withdrawals. The next column over is the deposits, which is the opposite. It's money going into the account. And then the final column gives the running total of the balance in the account. You can see that the amount goes up and down depending on whether the transaction was a deposit or a withdrawal. We can see that in the main part of the statement, there is much more information given than what I had in my bank book when I was a teenager. Let's look at some of the more interesting transactions. We see an automatic payroll deposit from McDonald's, so we can guess that our friend works there, and judging by the amounts, it looks like it is his main job. We see pre-authorized payments, which are withdrawals from the account that the account holder has given someone else permission to make. These usually happen for things like bill payments and subscriptions. There are other online bill payments. These are payments that the account holder is making himself, not pre-authorized, so he has to physically go online and make the payment. There are a number of Interac purchases. These are purchases the account holder has made with his debit card. Did you know that the Interac payment system is actually a Canadian payment system? If you go to the US or anywhere else in the world and ask if they have Interac, they'll have no idea what you're talking about. Luckily, our bank cards are also linked to the more global system, the Plus system. If you have a bank card, flip it over and take a look at the back. It'll usually have the Interac logo and the Plus logo as well. We can see that Joe Sample has used his ATM card to withdraw cash from a bank machine a couple of times, and that his account fee is $4.50 per month. The statement gives an ending balance, which will be used as the opening balance number for the next month's statement. Now, this statement does not give you all the types of transactions that can go in and out of a bank account, but it does give you a general idea of some of the more common transactions that you might see. And analyzing bank statements can give the account holder a good way to track their spending. Your teacher might now have a few questions for you to work through based on this sample statement. Have fun!